the best beaches in Florida. Florida is obviously known for its wide variety of beaches. You know, when you think of Florida, you think of palm trees, the ocean, the sandy beaches, all that. So, because there are so many beaches in the state, I cannot mention them all in this video. I will mention the top 3 though, that if you are coming to Florida, you ought to visit them because they are some of the most attractive beaches pretty much that you could imagine. So I'm going to start with a pretty popular one, which is Kilargo Beach. So this is if you're going to the Keys, which is very far south. You can go to Kilargo, which is one of the first keys, and it's a very interesting beach for several reasons. First of all, it's beautiful, but it actually has a lot of things to do. Specifically, there are reefs, there are shipwrecks, you can go diving, scuba diving, and explore a lot of that underwater scenery. And of course, there's a lot of history around that area as well because of those shipwrecks and the old trading routes and things like that. And besides that, if you're into wildlife, you know, you want to see the unique fish, the coral reefs, birds, you know, Key Largo Beach is a really wonderful place to do all that because there are so many types of wildlife, especially fish, you know, if you decide to go diving. It's pretty much a tropical paradise, you know. You imagine going on vacation, you know, having fun at the beach in the ocean. Key Largo is a really good place to really live out that sort of fantasy. And of course, if you don't feel like diving or going into the water that much, you could just lay out in the sand and enjoy the sun because it's definitely, you know, Florida's a very sunny state, so 99% of the time you're going to be in the sun. The Keys are especially warm, so if you're not used to the warmth, be prepared, and of course wear sunscreen. Now the second beach is actually one of my personal favorites, which is Siesta Key around Sarasota, Florida. Sarasota, Florida is quite a luxurious area. It's on the Gulf Coast instead of the other side of Florida. And the thing I like most about it and why I think it's so popular is the sand. So, you know, when you think of sand, you think of pretty coarse, kind of almost gravelly types of sand. But Siesta Key is unique because it has almost powdery sand, almost like flour or powdered sugar. Extremely, extremely fine white sand, almost like snow, which is extremely unique. You know, if you pick it up in your hands, it's very much like powder. Once you step on it, it kind of sounds like, you know, crunching snow under your feet. It's even cool to the touch because it reflects the sun, so it doesn't get too hot. And of course, it's just very striking to look at, being this pure white sand. And the beach itself is very, very large. It takes a little bit of time, actually, to get from the parking lot to the water because the expanse of the sand is so wide. But like I said, it's a very, very attractive beach. I mean, you could walk on it for hours and there'd still be more sand to walk on. And then, of course, the ocean is you know, the Gulf of Mexico, bright blue water. And there's a lot of recreation to be done in that area. I mean, there is parasailing, regular sailing. You could go scuba diving as well. Some people do a little bit of surfing. It's not too wavy in that area, but you could do, you know, a little bit of practice with your surfing. And pretty much any other water sports that you can imagine, water skiing and things like that. Siesta Key is an especially popular destination at sunset since you're on the Gulf of Mexico, you're facing the sunset, so it's pretty picturesque when the evening comes. Now, the last one that I have on my list is actually not too far away from Siesta Key. You have to go north, maybe about an hour, which is Clearwater Beach. So the thing about Clearwater Beach is that it has exceptionally blue water, and it's kind of in a prime location because besides the beach itself, there are many, many things to do around the beach, specifically the Clearwater Aquarium. The Clearwater Aquarium is famous for many, many reasons. It is a very large aquarium and it has a very large variety of fish and other sea life. So, of course, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, you can just go from the beach to the aquarium or vice versa. But the beach itself is, of course, a very, very attractive beach. Very large. You can go jogging. Some people ride their bikes there, or you could just, you know, lay out and tan if you wanted to. And of course, you could go swimming. The water there, usually the water in the Gulf of Mexico is pretty warm, so you won't be shocked when you jump into the ocean. And there are also quite a few restaurants and other things to do in that area, so once you're done with the beach, you could just go out to eat or, you know, do whatever for the most part. Those are my top 3 picks of the best beaches in Florida. I think they do a pretty good job of reflecting the best of Florida, the most attractive parts of Florida, and these top 3 beaches are some of the most attractive as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I make videos throughout the week, so don't forget about those.